So I'm back with another peptide update, specifically about Retatrutide BPC-157. With regard to Retatrutide, I got started on it back in August of last year, 2025. The reason I got on it, I'm in the gym all the time. I do CrossFit in the afternoon. I go to a normie gym in the morning. I was frustrated. My weight just kept going up. I didn't like my body fat didn't go up, but my weight did. And I have this aspiration, even being an old person, that I'd like to get to 15% body fat. We might make it someday. Got to chase it. I'd been hearing all the stuff about, everybody's heard about Ozempic and Wegovy and Zepbound and all that stuff. And then I started seeing Retatrutide. And the gym bros who are using it, I was like, okay, this sounds good. And then Ryan Humston, I think he did a video about it. And I listened to what he had to say and I was like, okay, let's give it a shot. The reason I said is I was not in a position where I needed to take this. I decided as an experiment, because also listening to the people who are criticizing it and all the crap, I was like, let's go and see what this is all about. So started jabbing it in late August, and goal was to drop myself down to 215 pounds. I'd done some back of the napkin math, figuring based on on what my body fat was from my DEXA scan, which was like 25%, I think, dropping me down to 15%. Said I should be like 215. Not quite. It was 22% at that point. I don't know how I got things so wrong. And as I said in one of the videos that I did a while ago, I lost a little bit of muscle along the way, so that probably impacted the ratio. Had I done a better job of hitting my protein and actually upped my workouts, I probably would have done a better job. I was doing 2 milligrams a week, and initially I was doing one big shot on Sunday, but I noticed by the time I got to Thursday or so, I could feel the new food noise coming back in, and I could feel it wearing off. So I listened to a doctor who was working with patients, and he said he was splitting them up into 3 doses through the week, which kind of makes sense because you just have this level set of medication in you all the time. Each dose is doing its half-life, but you just keep re-upping it, so you get this sawtooth action going on. I did that, and it was fantastic. In January, I think mid-January, I came back off Retatrutide. I got all the way down to 210 pounds. I'm in my 50s, time to do the colonoscopy. So that's why I got to drop so low, was just the prep for that just dehydrates you massively. It doesn't really count. So anyway, tapered off. So did, drop down to 1 milligram for a couple of weeks, and then just off. And I got feedback from people about that. We'll talk about that in a second. I came back up 5 pounds over a couple of weeks, and then it stabilized. Sat there all through February, all through March. Just sat at 220. I'd go down to 220, 229, 219, come up to 221, depending upon various factors. Pizza is probably the major factor. I decided, listening to people's feedback and all like that, I decided, hey, let's do it again. Very late March, last weekend of March? Weekend, 3 weeks ago, I did a 2 milligram shot, and then the week before last, I did a 4 milligram shot. It hits like a sledgehammer. Could not eat. The thought of eating made me nauseous, honestly. Workouts, though, it's like being on mots-c. At least that Monday and Tuesday workout for me at CrossFit, it was like, just bring it. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. I had unlimited energy. The people I see who say they're stacking Retatrutide with mots-c, that's insane. depending upon what your dosage and how you respond to it. So Sunday, I'm shooting this Monday evening. Sunday, I did another 4 milligrams, and then I'm going to go back to probably 2 or 3, because what I noticed doing that big dose of 4 milligrams in one shot, the shot's not an issue. It seems like a lot of fluid to push into your body. It really isn't. That's not the issue. It's everybody's like, oh, it's a 7-day. You only need to do it once a week. That's not really my experience. I find that you get about 5 days. So I do it Sunday evening, and by Thursday, I can feel the food noise starting to come back. By Friday, it's not really there yet, but Saturday, cheat day, it's gone. Sunday, we jab again. So I don't. The reason they say to do the 4 milligrams is the amount of glucagon you need in order to get the reaction from it. You need a lot, but I don't know what to tell you. If splitting it out over 3 shots would be as effective, I don't know. Not a doctor. I'll leave that in your biohacker hands to decide. I will probably do 3 1 milligram shots through the week after this because I'm cheap. But the one thought I have being on 4 milligrams is, why on earth would you go higher than this? It's crazy. So the other piece is, so I've been using BPC 157 for at least 2 years now, on and off. The reason I started BPC was because I have a torn degenerative meniscus in my left knee. My right knee probably has it too, but it's not diagnosed. I tore my rotator cuff. I'm old. So, wear and tear, you're going to have stuff. BPC 157 is a freaking miracle, in my opinion. My knee, I have no problem. I back squat heavy for me. I pull heavy deadlifts. I am reintroducing running into my workouts slowly. I'll do 1 running workout a week. Last week I did 2. That's why we're going to only do 1. And box jumps, I jump rope, pretty much everything. I'm working on pistol squats. Pistol squats are probably the worst thing, feel the worst. Oddly, the left knee has an easy time with it. It's the right knee that doesn't like trying to do pistol squats. Try to think this through. I've introduced, so if you're interested in getting into peptides, a warning. In high school, you probably had the dare talks and stuff like that where like, oh my God, marijuana is a gateway drug. BPC 157 is a gateway drug. I'll give Retatrutide or the GLPs some credit for pulling people into this, but BPC 157 is my gateway. But BPC 157 is S tier. Right now, there's a peptide panic going on that, oh my God, the FDA is going to come down and shut everybody down. Definitely the GLPs are going to get nuked, which I could live without Retatrutide. I don't feel like I could live without BPC 157. That's my opinion. But because of BPC 157, I started the Retatrutide. Then we started playing with ipamorelin and CJC. With the CJC, I started off with CJC plus DAC. Got some feedback from the community. I stopped using it for 2 reasons. One, the feedback, I read further about, okay, this is what the DAC with drug affinity complex or compound, what it does is it makes the CJC hang out for a long time. Well, the CJC is what signals to your pituitary gland to release growth hormone. So if it's sitting there hooked up to your pituitary's letting out growth hormone all the time. A lot of people don't like that. What I particularly don't like is I got site reactions from it. So I'd get a hard lump wherever I jabbed it. Not cool. The just straight up CJC 1295, I think is the full name. I can jab it, no reaction. I guess it's helping. My lifts are going up and I feel great. Everything's good. So we're going to say that, yay. Gateway drug, right? That BPC. Went ahead and added TB500. I can't, I mean, yeah, everything feels good, but everything was feeling good with the BPC. So I can't really tell whether or not I have to have it. I have to have the BPC. TB 500, it's nice, but I can live without it, I think. I can live without the ipamorelin and the CJC as well. They're good. I like them, but eh. As a matter of fact, I've got a little bit left. When that's done, I probably won't do another cycle until August. Next one, like I said, Gateway DISP, um, deep sleep inducing peptide. DISP? Anyway, they found it in rabbits of all things, sleeping rabbits, cute sleeping bunnies. I've been using it, and one of my friends used it. He was like, don't know. I've been using it for a little bit longer. I shoot about 0.2 milligrams per shot in the evening, right before bed. And it seems like it has a loading phase. So, like the first week, couldn't tell. The last 2 weeks, yeah, I can see that I sleep through the night better. If you're younger, which my analytics say you're not, I got the old man issue. I get up 2 or 3 times at night to take a piss. I hate that. I've tried everything. Don't drink before, cutting the caffeine early, stop drinking water or any liquids an hour or two before bed. None of it works. The DISP, I get up once, which I'd like it to be 0, but once is better than 3 times. I still get, according to my sleep tracker, I still am getting 8 hours of sleep. It's just broken up, and it reduces the amount of deep sleep you get by not getting up so much. The duration of the deep sleep is longer. You need that deep sleep for the ipamorelin and the CJC to do their jobs. DISP, I like it, could live without it, but it's worth a try. It probably is not going to hurt you. And then the latest, again, gateway drug, Salonk and Samox. What, I don't know how to pronounce them, but are Russian peptides. I kind of like them. I've been using them. I have ADHD, if you can't tell. Very small dose. Now, it's funny, as I did the research, they're talked about separately. I bought them compounded together. It seemed everybody I've listened to talks about them together. So I thought, well, why wouldn't you compound them together? I mean, we do that with BPC and TB 500. They do it with ipamorelin and CJC. They do IPA with tesamorelin. So you get where I'm going. Well, the stuff, nobody told me what the dosage was, so I figured my dosage by just adding the two together. So when I shoot the compounded together, I'm doing 0.4 milligrams of the two together. So probably about 0.2 and 0.2 of the two, so long as my buddies compounded it correctly and really did a 50-50. Could I live without Samax and Salonk? Yeah, I think so. They're not S tier. The only S tier to me is BPC 157. My knees, I feel great. Everything. As a matter of fact, in the whole sleep thing, I sleep best on the nights that I do the BPC. So I'll do BPC 3 times a week. So like a lot of the time I've moved it so I don't jab so much stuff all in one go. So like BPC and TB 500 right now I'm doing together. I'll do that Saturday. And then so I'll probably do tonight. Yeah, I'll do just BP. I'll do the BPC and TB 500 tonight. Should have done it at lunchtime. So one of the things, ipamorelin and CJC, you want to do at night, on your way to bed. It should be obvious because that's when your body's going to release growth hormone. DISP, obviously you should do it at night. Now, funny thing, there's kind of like, oh God, am I going to jab this and like fall asleep with the needle hanging in my arm, look like some crackhead? It doesn't work like that. It doesn't put you to sleep. It just helps your sleep architecture. It helps you transition into deep sleep better, is kind of my vague understanding of what it's doing. Salonk and Samox, I take at about 9 o'clock in the morning as the day gets started because, focus, attention, and all like that, being in, just being in a chill mood so I can focus and work is a good time to take that. The Retatrutide doesn't really matter when you take it. I tend to do it later in the afternoon or close to bedtime on Sunday. And what I'll do when I split into three is it'll be Sunday, Wednesday, no, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday will probably be how I split it up. That's where I am at. Absolute freaking fan of. I've yet to have found a peptide that I don't like. Oh, didn't mention mots-c. I've used mots-c. I like it. Again, it's one that I'll use it on my way to go work out. Problem is, I'm getting conflicting feedback, and it's typical peptide crap. Based on what it does, it seems like it's best to take it on your way to go work out. Do your own research. When I'm there, like I said, when I was talking about Retatrutide, doing a big, I will pick to use it on days when my CrossFit workout is a long one with a lot of stuff to do that's just move, 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 move. They call them chipper workouts. Those are perfect for mots-c, and you'll get in there and it's like just a long warm up. It's kind of a cool feeling, but at the same time, I get a site reaction from mots-c. So I get the hard lump, not wild about that. Anyway, that's where I'm at with peptides. And what I was saying when I started to try, this is the joy of ADHD. This stuff is incredible. Spend the time though, if you're going to do it, take the time, read the research. Yes, watch the YouTube videos, get a doctor. Okay. I am not, obviously, it cracks me up when other fitness influencers, I'm not an influencer. If I'm influencing you, there's something wrong with you. I'm just telling you what I'm doing, as dumb as it is. Talk to a doctor who actually knows this stuff. I use this place called the Cell Spa. They're in Trophy Club, Texas. They do video visits. Really good guys. They know what they're doing. I think they may even have a YouTube channel if you search for it. Dr. McKenna, I think, is the owner of the clinic, and then the doctor I see, I forget his name, but he, I tell him what I'm up to, and he, helps me adjust dosages and gives me feedback. So I think I'm fairly safe. But realize we're playing with stuff here that is not FDA approved. So act accordingly. There's right now on X, or over the weekend on X, there was this post, this dude said he screwed up which peptide he was shooting, and he shot 10 milligrams of CJC, which is mind-blowing. 10 milligrams, I don't even know how you get that in your body. To me, shooting 4 milligrams is a lot. 10? I'm like, you're the type of idiot that is causing the FDA, giving the FDA the justification to do the stupid things that we're afraid they might do. If you do choose to do this, talk to a doctor and take this seriously. Pay attention. I have a very specific ritual I go through as I'm doing my shots so that we don't do what he did and mix up. Because when you've got, ipamorelin, which I'm doing 0.2 milligrams per shot, next to BPC 157, which I'm doing 1 milligram. That's 5 times as much. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. It's mind-blowing to me that do not be flippant with this stuff. You could hurt yourself. Blood tests. I'm about to do another blood test just to check to make sure that things are the way they are. I feel great, so that's good, but take this very seriously. Anyway, I'm talking way too long and rambling. You get the idea. I'm having a great time. I love this stuff. Hope you'll subscribe to my channel and follow the adventure and comment. I'd love to talk to you. You can check my other videos. You can see, I'm open to feedback, ideas, and I'm happy to answer your questions. Anyway, you have a good evening, and I'll see you around. Oh, come on. Stupid YouTube.